Well, good morning. It's Bob. I am back again, and I had hoped to be able to do this live streaming yesterday, but unfortunately, the gremlins kept me from doing that, and it was very frustrating. So, what I ended up doing was recording a show to have in the can and ready to go. So, I'm actually going to share that with you this morning and see how that goes. So, who's up for coffee? For sure. It's quite good. What are you having for coffee this morning? Let me know in the, hey, Sherry Merrick, good morning. Thanks for chiming in. Let's, I've got to go back over to my other computer. I guess it is working since Sherry's already checked in this morning. Yeah, there it is. So here is this morning's show. Are you all ready for it? It's very exciting. Here it comes. Let's make my video go away. And here we go. Subtle, right? Good morning. Thank goodness for coffee. I am on some level addicted, I suppose, but I really enjoy the taste. I'm having this morning the last of my 802 coffee that from Capitol Grounds in Montpelier, Vermont. Bob's Senate blend. I love it. So I'll be switching over to a new coffee tomorrow. What's your favorite coffee? Leave a comment in the chat function there in Facebook or here in Zoom. So I wanted to start the day off with another song from my friend John Gilmore.
My reason for being is music, and to reach a few hearts if I can. There's nothing that feels like the feeling of touching with a gift of a song I can try. There's a jewel in the heart of New England, where the music I live by is born. She's a simple, sweet tune for the asking, and she's home. For the love of Vermont, for the warmth of her hand, for the freedom she shares with the souls of the land, where the gentle belong, and where to feel is to be strong. She's bestowed her song on us all. She tells you to follow what feels right, gives you reason to love what you are. She's allowed me to live by my music and my heart. Now the tunesmiths can sing there till their voices but whisper, and the poets can rhyme till the tides have no rhythm. The potters can throw till the wheel of the world spins no more. For the love of Vermont, for the warmth of her hand, for the freedom she shares with the souls of the land, where the gentle belong, where to feel is to be strong. She's bestowed her song on us all. Now my words may be trite and a trifle old-fashioned from some antique century in time, but to me she's a long ago lady of pride and compassion, with elegant wrinkles that long to hold on to. She's a maid of an era the country's forgotten, save Vermont. For the love of Vermont, for the warmth of her hand, for the freedom she shares with the souls of the land, where the gentle belong and where to feel is to be strong. She's bestowed her song on us
I just love that song. It resonates with me. I hope it resonated with you this morning. It is one that reminds me of Vermont, and it takes me back a long time when I used to live here in the 70s. So thanks, John Galemore, for letting me play your music on my show. I am so grateful for you and the fact that you've been able to make your art carry you through all these years. I think it's fantastic. I support your work. So on that note, I am going to move on. So it's been a busy few days and a lot going on. And one of the things is I'm doing a bunch of interviews with people. And I'm reaching out to you right now to ask for your help in finding even more people to interview. So I have gone to Chelsea Green Publishing's website. I'm going to share it with you right now. And I've sorted the book list to... I sorted the books that they publish out into gardening. Because I'm really starting to be concerned about Vermont's ability to feed itself and doing what I can to make information available that will help folks learn to grow some of their own food and certainly to better appreciate the food that's produced here in Vermont for them. So what I'd love for you to do is go to chelseagreen.com and just search around and find some authors of books that you would like to know more about, and maybe I can get those folks to come onto the show and talk to me about what they've done in that book and perhaps since. So I just thought it was an interesting idea, and so I hope you'll go to chelseagreen.com, visit their website, check out their books, and find some folks for me to talk to. Let's see, getting texts coming in. I've got emails coming in. It's craziness here. So here is what I want to share with you. I shared this post yesterday at 8:45 p.m. And it says, Vermont officials say coronavirus will continue and social distancing and mask wearing, quote, is here to stay until a vaccine is available. So I shared the link to the WCAX story. And the reaction was pretty big. 116 comments, 17 shares, 107 likes or reactions. So here's the reality. We have at least a year and maybe 2 years or even more years before we have a vaccine and have it out there to keep people safe. So we are at a pivot point, and we are at a point where we need to look around and figure out what's happening. So we're at this pivot point, and we're at a point where we will need to look at our future a little bit differently than looking back and trying to make what was happening before the virus happen after the virus. I'm feeling very strong about that, and that's why I'm putting myself out there talking on these videos and recording interviews with smart people who have a vision of where Vermont's going. I am hopeful that this kind of information will interest you and hopefully get you to a point where you're ready to start over again and figuring out what that means for you. So anyway, that's it is going to be around a while. I've got couple more things I wanted to share with you. Here's Cuomo slamming Mitch McConnell, saying that, hey, maybe we should just let the cities go bankrupt. That's how we'll solve this problem. I'm going to just play the first little bit of this, the first few seconds.
Also, I want to speak to a point from our friends in Washington. Senator McConnell, who is the head of the Senate, we've been talking about funding for state and local governments, and it was not in the bill that the House is going to pass today. They said, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, the next bill. As soon as the Senate passed it, this current bill, Senator Mitch McConnell goes out and he says maybe the states should declare bankruptcy. Okay? This is one of the really dumb ideas of all time.
So, sorry, but it's just a dumb idea. It's just a dumb idea to let the cities and towns and all go bankrupt as a way to solve this problem. It just is crazy. So in reaction to that, my friend Kristen Baker from here in Vermont has recorded her reaction, and I thought it was cool enough that I wanted to share it with you, and I hope she does more of these. This is the second of the ones that she's done so far, and but timely and poignant and shareable.
Hello, and welcome to my closet. Question for you. Did anybody hear Cuomo speak yesterday? He talked a lot about testing and manufacturers and our laboratories and our suppliers and the federal government's assistance in getting those supplies back here where we need them so badly. But my favorite part of his daily briefings will always be his personal opinions, and I call them Cuomo clips. And he had two yesterday that I just loved. The first one was, he said, sometimes in life we get knocked on our rears, and it just reminded me of my mother. My mother used to say to me when I was young, sometimes in life you're going to fall on your fanny, and you just got to get up. You just got to get up, and that's exactly what he said. You just got to get up. The second thing that he said is life is a fine line, and how do you negotiate a fine line? You tell the truth. You just tell the truth. Come on. He's our politician who's not playing politics, and that's why I love him so much. So from my closet to yours, hopefully I'll have some more Cuomo clips for you tomorrow. Ciao.
I just love the fact that she got in her closet and recorded this thing. So hats off to her and Kristen. I hope you do many, many more of those. Very fun. And thanks for letting me share it on Facebook. I appreciate that especially. So moving on, I was reading the news and learning about our food supply. It is, I'm deeply concerned about it. Excuse me. I think a little more coffee. How are you doing with coffee this morning? What kind do you have? Oh, there is nothing like those magic beans. So I would like to carry on and talk about our food infrastructure. And Tyson Foods, you may have seen their article. Let me pull it up here from NBC.
The food supply chain is breaking. That's the warning in a full-page ad from Tyson Foods, released in the New York Times on Sunday. It comes after one of the country's largest meat processors closed a massive pork processing plant in Iowa because of a coronavirus outbreak. The letter from Tyson's president going on to say, there will be limited supply of our products available in grocery stores until we're able to reopen our facilities that are currently closed.
Ambulances start coming to our plant. People start being carried out of there. And so we were always asking our supervisors, basically, what is it that's going on here?
NBC News talked to one Tyson worker at that Iowa plant who concealed their identity.
Didn't have enough material or masks and things like that to provide to us. So they would start giving us different types of rags and stuff that they had washed and cleaned.
Tyson responding, telling NBC News, we've been working diligently to protect our team members. Early on, we allowed workers to bring their own masks, and we even supplied some until we could secure surgical style coverings, which we now require all team members to wear. Adding, we aren't aware of any ambulance visits to the plant for COVID-19 related reasons. NBC News has not been able to independently confirm ambulances at the Tyson plant. Tyson's Waterloo plant, one of several closed across the country, shut down by beef, pork, and poultry companies trying to contain virus outbreaks. The CEO of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association says he fears things are only going to get worse.
If we start to see panic buying, much like we did the first 2 weeks of this pandemic, then yes, we are going to have an issue on our hands. There's no doubt about it.
Meat suppliers, the processors, say in their freezers they do have a supply of beef, pork, and chicken, but the longer that the processing plants are closed, the faster the nation's meat supply will dwindle.
So there are disruptions going on all over the place. So fossil fuels went to negative territory a week or so ago. Remember the show I did with David Blittersdorf talking about the implications of negative oil prices for Vermont and across the country. Now, meat, if you eat meat, and if you eat commercial meat, that model is being disrupted in a big way. And it makes me, concerned for lots of reasons. Another thing that concerns me is this post that a friend of mine put up. And let me go back over here to Zoom and share this with you. So, and this has gotten some traction. I haven't refreshed the page for a little while, but so Trump has, in relationship to the shortage of meat in the market and all of that, so he has decided that U.S. meat plants have to stay open amid the pandemic. I'm not going to go into the article, just the concept. Just think about that. Sending people into harm's way, forcing them to go into harm's way for meat. Now, if it was for ventilators, maybe I could get behind that. In fact, I could. It would have been nice if they had done it for protective devices long before they needed them. It's crazy what's going on. But here we are. A meat industry is getting subsidized in a sense by the federal government and basically forced to put their employees into harm's way. Makes me a little nervous. So moving on, I want to talk to you about the options that we have to take control of things around us. And one of the things that I'm very excited about is some work that Vital Communities and Kat Duffy Buxton has been doing. They have been putting on these webinars, I guess you'd call it that, for a few weeks now. So you've missed a few of them, but they're all recorded. And as, let's see, the next one is Sunday, when is the next one? No, May 4th, I think, is the next one. And so anyway, it's Lessons from the Soil, Climate and Community Resilience which obviously we're going to need a lot of here in Vermont. Lessons from the Soil webinar. So if you're thinking about growing your own food, or if you're into like horticultural stuff and working in a garden, where your food comes from, you will learn stuff from this seminar. So I encourage you to click the link in the show notes and travel right over there and let them know you're interested. It's free, no charge. Plus, they have other shows that are already in the can that you can watch, so you can binge watch these things. They're long, but it doesn't feel like it. Let me put it that way. I have enjoyed participating in them, and I think you will too. So I hope you'll check those out. Let's see what's up next. One of the things that has come out recently, I'm going to just share this page and go over this really quickly before we wrap things up. So I got the safety issues for waste haulers. So if you have people picking up trash at your house and recycling at your house, you can help them be safe. So they have put together this list of 10 things that you can do and should do. And I'm going to actually turn this into something so that it's more easily accessible to you. And I'll put the link to this in the show notes so you can just go there and read it for yourself. But I think it's really important, and I hope you will check that out. So let's see, I have one more musician who's going to close out the show today, and
from my home, stay in my pajamas, how I love being alone. This desired job perk has one major flaw, 'cause our telecommuting has now become the law. When this whole thing is over, things won't be the same, 'cause this COVID infection gave my beer a bad name. Like my wife in those handcuffs, it's not as fun as it seems. Locked up we are living in an enforceable dream. A corona vacation for the entire nation. Gotta stay in our homes, no more will we roam. But this dream that I'm living is not as fun as it seems. A corona vacation for the whole world, and me. Experts are saying we may see a trend, more divorces, more breakups when this comes to an end. The closeness we're sharing is just too much for some. They're hoping in person for an end to this fun, and this fun. See the day when I wish stupid people annoying friend. On Facebook I'm posting stupid memes without end. Corona vacation for the entire nation. Dressed up in our homes, no more will we roam. This dream that I'm living is not as fun as it seems. Corona vacation for you and me.
So, isn't it interesting how art sort of picks up what's going on and amplifies the message? So thanks, Val Davis, for Corona Vacation. I appreciate you letting me share that on my morning show. So that's it for today. I will be back tomorrow at 8:30 as usual, hoping that I can get the gremlins of Facebook to let my Zoom show stream onto Facebook Live so that you can join me and ask questions during the show. I welcome you to join me in the Zoom room after the shows to ask questions or leave comments or share your insights on what's going on in your world. So I will see you tomorrow morning at 8:30. Thanks again for joining, and I'll see you soon. So that is today's show. It was recorded, of course. I think I made that clear at the beginning, but I think with all the dysfunction that's happening connecting Zoom with Facebook and the ability for me to produce these on a more consistent basis, I think I'm going to go to recording the show ahead of time. What do you think about that? I'm happy to open it up for comments and stuff in the Zoom room after the show. But I think I'd like to, that's the pivot I'm going to take, is using recordings and going from there. We'll see how it goes. So thanks for joining in today. I really appreciate it. And lots of folks have joined me. Joe Jaffe. Joe's got a show at 2 today on his Facebook page. Go to Joseph Jaffe in Facebook and check that out. I think I'll put a link in the show notes so that you know how to find that. Karen Anderson, thanks so much. Appreciate you being here this early in the morning. Keith Dewey, Todd Lockwood, welcome. Let's see, Bill Blatchley, welcome. Steve Howard. I'm glad all you folks were able to tune in and check it out, and I will see you tomorrow. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining, and see you soon.